Hello and welcome to a colour reading for October people to examine how their June 2026 will pan out. This is Karen's Colours and I'm Dr. Karen. The colours that we looked at for May 2026 showed that there were a number of difficulties that we had to negotiate throughout that month. And if your month went smoothly, then wonderful for you. On the other hand, if it was a bit rough, let's see what June will bring for you, shall we? For myself, it started off smoothly enough and then gradually progressed further and further into a period in which I really started to reevaluate these readings. Are they in fact even valuable to people? I don't get much feedback, but if you're planning on making such feedback, please feel free. I'd like to hear from you. If you're new here, of course, you'd probably be a little confused. My colour readings are not all love and light and wishful thinking. I read the colours as they turn out. And if that's something that doesn't appeal to you, then perhaps a tarot reader might be more your style. So I guess we need to get started. All right. Let's now look for a colour combination for people born in October. And what we need firstly is the energy that is their strength. And now we need the energy that is the obstacle. And the underlying energy that is supporting them throughout the month of June. So, what do we have here? We have green over red. Red internally tends to suggest a fair degree of frustration, perhaps even repressed anger. But this is a strength, so it's more likely to be that you're jumping out of your skin with so much energy you don't know what to do with it. And in the real world, that energy comes through as being able to take on any sort of challenge, any new direction, anything new that invites you to try it because you haven't tried it before. Red and green together as a combination like this is all about being faithful to the ideals that you have in the real world because you have the energy internally to carry out what you need to do. Now, when we mix those two colors together, green and red become brown. Brown is all about the ability to create goals and practical skills and actually to achieve what it is that you're looking for. So here we have a combination that ultimately says that you are directed towards a particular goal, and that goal comes through as something that you value highly in the real world, and internally you have all of the energy and drive that's necessary to obtain that goal. Now, the obstacle that you're dealing with is an interesting one because this is purple on purple. Now, when we have the same color in both ends of the color wheel, one as the internal driver and then again coming through as the action, it says that there is a certain restriction that takes place. You can't do anything else except what this tends to suggest. And purple on purple is all about destructive energies. Purple is generally about creativity and destruction, but when it's an obstacle, it's more inclined to be destructive. Disruptive more than anything else, I dare say. There's disruption to whatever goals and ambitions and sorts of ideas that you had back here of what you want to do out of life. Here, you're suddenly finding yourself having to step back because whatever it is that you had planned is no longer available to you for whatever reason. Now, the underlying support energy is yellow on green. Green internally is a need for new pastures. It's a need for something different. It's a challenge to your values. Are you going to be able to do something different? You're certainly looking for it. And in the real world, the yellow tends to suggest that when you find it, it creates a great deal of happiness. Once again, when we take those two colors and combine them, yellow and green forms a lime green, and that lime green is associated with gambling. It's associated with taking a chance. It can be a calculated risk, but it's more likely to be one that's just simply taken because it offers itself as an opportunity. Here's an opportunity that may lead to something great. In the real world, the yellow tends to suggest that, yes, it's more likely to be something positive. After all, this is a supporting energy. So if you take a chance at something, then there is a good opportunity here for it to come through as something positive for you. Now, let's have a look at the missing colors to see what it is that we might need to support this journey through the month of June. There's no black, there's no white. You do have red, and you have yellow, and you have green. There is no blue. And although brown is hidden in this combination here, it doesn't exist on its own. There's no orange, there's no grey, there is no, so you do have purple, there's no pink, and there is no cyan. Now, these colors here, the missing ones, are the ones that are offering up to you alternatives. It's a backup resource that you can use if you want to, in order to obtain something positive that comes out of this particular reading, particularly when whatever it is that you have planned back here is likely to come across some sort of disruption or obstacle that prevents that from coming to fruition. So these colors represent those skills that you probably are aware of already, but have not used at the moment. You may have used them in the past, of course, that you now are being challenged to consider to add to the repertoire that you have here, which is, by the way, extremely limited. So let's have a look at what happens when we examine the crossover between these three considerations. Here we have green and red and purple. And the yellow and green we'll leave over here for a moment. Now, in order to look at what else is likely to occur as a result of this strength and obstacle, we cross over the green from the strength with the purple of the obstacle, and the purple of the obstacle with the red of the strength, and we end up with this sort of appearance. Just leaving those for a moment. Instead of the red, that is the energy, the ability to jump out of your skin with desire to get something done, we're now replacing that with purple. Now, purple internally is more about needing power. Because it comes from your obstacle, it means that that power seems to be lacking. It's as though there are things that are hidden from you, and in the real world, although opportunities are there, you can't see them clearly. Nevertheless, because the opportunities are the positive side of things, and the purple is simply a lack of power to move forward, all the same, this is a rather fortunate combination. Green in the real world gives you the opportunity to head off in a direction that you hadn't tried before. Purple gives you the power to go ahead and make the changes that are necessary in order for you to take advantage of these opportunities. This is the combination that we call hope. On the other hand, we could also do it this way. And here we have the red, that is the ability to gather together all of your energy in preparation for something grand. And in the real world, we have the obstacle, that is the breaking down the resistance, the obstruction to your plans that may occur as a result of this obstacle being activated. But once again, these two are in fact a positive combination, because purple and red together offer the opportunity for things to be brought into the daylight. There is energy internally, and in the real world, there is a breaking down of what is to show through what could be. Purple is about imagination. It's also about creativity. So between these two, there is the opportunity here to create something different. And that something different enables you to develop some sort of clarity about, and optimism too, about what is going on. So here we have hope, and here we have optimism and clarity. Together, this combination of strength and weakness enables you to travel through the month with a sense of urgency about things that are going to change, things that may resist that change, and yet the expectation that by the end of the month, you should be able to overcome all of those issues and come out on top. Now, what happens when we add into the mix the energy of support? Now, here we have a situation where if we take the green from the strength and add it to the green of the underlying energy, you end up with green on green. Once again, it is a single color. It is the same top and bottom. And because of this, this combination actually causes a certain degree of restriction, but green is the color of a release of restrictions. And so this one is luck. The combination of your strength and your underlying supporting energy is that something is going to go your way. Something is going to work out for you because it is expected to create luck for you. On the other hand, you can have the yellow from the underlying energy and the red from the support energy, and we end up with yellow on red. Now, red internally, again, all the energy that is necessary to do what? Well, in the real world here, instead of heading off in a new direction, it is learning about something new, taking on a mental challenge. And here we have thinking before acting. And when you think before you act as a result of some sort of luck coming your way, then you have a combination that enables you to head off in a direction that will not only occur quite rapidly, that is, you are moving quickly through into whatever direction that you are planning to get into. That's what the green here is all about. But it's also a calculated challenge that you're taking on. Red and yellow together form orange. Orange is about courage. It's about confidence. It's about being able to accept that you can overcome any crisis that is likely to influence you in your travels throughout the month of June. So what happens when we take that underlying energy and we add it to the purple, the obstacle? Well, again, what we have here is the opportunity for the yellow from the underlying energy and the purple from the obstacle to come together. And here we have a combination that is all about uncertainty. It's about confusion. It's about not seeing clearly. Whereas before we had the opportunity to see clearly, now we have a lack of that ability to see clearly. There is fear coming from the purple of the obstacle. imaginative here. There are things that almost nightmarish type activities happening here. And in the real world, you're faced with a reality that has no bearing whatsoever on the purple inside. Yellow and purple are opposites on the color wheel, and when we blend them together, they become brown. Just like red and green become brown, that have to do with some sort of goal orientation, yellow and purple also creates brown, a different sort of goal orientation. This one's all about doing stuff. This is all about intellectual activity. You are imagining what you could be doing and trying to work out in the real world through your memory how to go about doing those things and accomplishing whatever skills that you are asking of yourself. On the other hand, you could also have the purple from the obstacle as the reality and the green from the underlying energy of the support, and we end up with purple on green. Now, this is the hostess. This is the ability to deal with people regardless. You have a large heart, a large set of values, an ability to accept anything and everything. Green is the opportunity for forgiveness, for letting go of the past. And in the real world, it's creating new beginnings. It's creating a new life. And in effect, even though the purple here is all about being an obstacle, when it is combined with your underlying support energy, it becomes something quite positive. This combination is a type of hope. You're not feeling hopeless, which is often associated with the purple on purple, but here there is opportunity to begin to move forward in a way that enables you to create, to destroy the old life and create a new one. So let's have a look at what happens when we examine the underlying colors that are missing here. There is no black. You need to take a little bit of time out, time for yourself, time away from everything that you have been doing, and allow yourself to rest and recuperate. At the same time, there are many new things that are on offer, and it's time that you took notice of them and perhaps even started to examine them. Be open to new opportunities. Blue is all about duty and responsibility. What do you have to do that you will consider either letting go of or retaining? Brown, while it appears twice as a hidden color within this combination here, nevertheless is a set of goals and practical skills that you are not currently working with. Orange, also hidden in this combination here, is all about courage and confidence and the ability to survive whatever life throws at you. And grey is all about finding the middle path. The right and wrong, the black and white of things, grey gives you the opportunity to find a path that is somewhere in the middle that will still lead you where you need to be, but at the same time, it's not asking you to tread on one side or the other of an equation. Pink is about love and connectedness. It's about being able to care and to also be cared for. And finally, we have cyan. Cyan is about creating relationships, and it's also about being comfortable and serene and secure in your life. So of these, which is the color that's most appealing and which is the least appealing color? Take those two colors and incorporate them into whatever it is you're doing throughout the month of June, and you'll find that you'll end up somewhere else. You won't find that these disruptions are all powerful. They will not be able to limit what you do. At the same time, the goals and aspirations that we've had hidden here in this need to do something that is of value to you will also be enhanced. Well, I guess that the color reading for this month is one that you can either take as a positive if things are going well for you, but for some of you, it's going to be something that is a bit of a struggle. That struggle continues on from what's been happening during the rest of this year. Let's hope that you can make something positive out of whatever your reading is, and specifically out of the colours that you have chosen to use as your treatment or therapy colours. Having a look at what is available to me this month, looks like it's going to be a repetition of what I had in May, and that wasn't easy to deal with. Still, I'm here, and hopefully I'll be back in July for another set of readings. In the meantime, may the colours of your life bring you all the joy and happiness that you deserve. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.